Hello everyone. Hello and welcome back to my online teaching platform. In this video we shall focus on rational functions and how to find their limit as we did under polynomial functions. Alright, in this video let us first know what a rational function is. So here we have a function which is h of x. The function h of x is equal to g of x, that is, we have it here, is equal to g of x divided by f of x, where f of x is not equal to 0. Why are we saying that f of x shouldn't be equal to 0? Anytime you have a function with its denominator equal to 0, it means the function is considered as undefined. So the function is no more defined the moment the denominator is equal to 0. So anytime you have a function in the form of the one that we have in this particular video, g of x over f of x, that is a polynomial divided by another polynomial, the function is termed as, or is called, a rational function. All right, so let us learn how to evaluate the limit of any rational function. Now, anytime you have a rational function and you have to find its limiting value as its input approaches a certain number or value, this is what you are supposed to consider. Sometimes you have to check whether the value, that is the input, the value of the input doesn't make the denominator 0. So anytime you put the value of x into the function and the denominator becomes 0, it means that method will never work. So you need to factorize, or you need to work on the numerator and the denominator so that you can simplify it, so that when you put in the value of x, and that is the input, you'll be able to get a defined value which will not make, or which will never render the given function undefined. So let us look at how best we can go about it. Now you could see that when you take the denominator, let us look at the denominator. When you put x in place, when you put 2 in place of the x in the denominator, it's going to be, let's take the denominator alone and see what will happen. It's going to be 2x minus 4, and this will be equal to 0. So it means when you substitute 2 into this function, it's going to make it undefined. So we need to factorize first before we can substitute the value of x into the function. So let's look at how best we can go about this question. So anytime you have it in this form, it's going to be, so we are going to get everything equal to, so we have our limit, all right, so we have our limit of x squared minus 7x plus 10 all divided by x squared minus 4 as x approaches 2. All right, so this is how we go about it. We need to factorize the numerator and that of the denominator so that we can simplify. So we are going to use the factorization approach, how we factorize quadratic trinomial. So when you take the numerator, we have 2 factors. We need to get 2 factors that when you multiply, you get positive 10. But when you add, you get your negative 7. So because the coefficient of x squared is 1. So when you take your, let's just take the numerator here and look at it. So you have x squared minus 7x plus 10. We find your AC. So we are going to find our AC. The coefficient of x squared is the A. and the constant term is the c. So a times c will give us 10. So that is 1 times 10 will give us 10. Then find two factors of 10 that when you multiply, you get back to 10. You get a value of 10. So, but when you add, you get negative 7. So it's going to be negative 2 and that of negative 5. So negative 2 times negative 5 will give us positive 10. But negative 2 plus negative 5 will give us negative 7. So we are going to replace negative 7x with negative 2x plus negative 5x. So we are going to get lim x squared minus 2x minus 5x plus 10 all over our x squared minus 4 as our x approaches to this. So this is how we go about it. We continue to simplify. We are going to get our lim, that is x squared minus 2x in one bracket, nicely, then plus minus 5x plus 10 also in another bracket, all over x squared minus 4 as x approaches 2. So we continue to work on it. So we are going to get our lim. So we can now factorize, considering the two terms in the bracket. The highest common factor is x, so we'll bring our x out. There will be x, then minus 2. Then the same thing will be done to the right hand. Sorry, the other two terms in the second bracket. So the highest common factor is negative 5. So here will be x, then here will be minus 2. Close it nicely. All over x squared minus 4 as x approaches to that order. So we continue to simplify. We are going to get equal to lim. Now we put the two factors outside the bracket in one bracket. So it's going to be this, the reverse of expansion. So it's going to be s minus 5 in one bracket. Then you repeat one of the common brackets. So it's going to be x minus 2. Then all over. Now you could see that x squared minus 4 is the same as x squared minus 2x. So we can use them. We approach x squared minus then 2 squared. 2 squared is the same as 4, so that we can apply the concept of difference of 2 squared. All right. So we continue to simplify as we are doing. So it's going to be lim. Here will be x minus 5. Here will be x minus 2 all over x squared. So let's apply the concept of difference of 2. So it's going to be x minus 2, then x plus 2. That's difference of 2 squared. All right, so it's going to be x approaches 2. So let us now look at the common factors to that of the numerator and the denominator. So you will see that our x minus 2 here is the same as the x minus 2, right? So this divides this, we are getting 1. So it's left with, we are now left with lim of x minus 5 divided by x plus 2 as x approaches 2. So you can see that now when you substitute the value of x into the function, you are no more going to get the denominator to be equal to 0. So we can now do our substitution. So let us now continue to substitute the value over there. So we are going to get 2 minus 5. We are replacing the x with the value that it approaches. So we are going to get 2 in place of x minus 5. Then the down one will be 2 plus 2. Two plus 2, and this will give us negative 3 divided by 4. So we conclude that the limiting value of the function x squared minus 7x plus 10 divided by x squared minus 4 as the input x approaches 2 is equal to negative 3 divided by 4. Thank you for watching.